again with another video, here to bring you another awesome story time vid. So, yeah, let's get into this video. Just want to say, share our reviews, just incorporated, Senpai JD, Senpai Josh, the anime fucking boss. Let's get it. Okay. So today's video is about my time that I was a little savage to my 4th grade teacher. Yes, we all know the story that I told earlier I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, about how there was a girl that tormented me and my teacher had a part in letting it happen. She was a fairway would be now called a fairway feminist, which again I didn't know the word was when I was a kid. But here's more stories about my teacher and things she would do that would actually make no sense. It pissed me off to low key to this kind of very day. Like, you know, you ever get that feeling where you're like, bro, I can't believe how extra this person was, or how fucking bullshitting this person was, like, you know, or shitty this person was, and you still kind of get mad about it to this day. It's one of those feelings. Anyways, so when I was in 4th grade, I already told you that my teacher was a feminist and all that. So she would also separate the kids by, you know, gender. But like I would notice that kids would like legit, like, you know, whenever a boy they didn't do anything, but girls in the class couldn't know. They could get a boy in trouble. She would always take the girl's side. Legitimately, the girl could say, "You touched my hair." The boy could be on the other side of the room, and he'd be in trouble for doing nothing. I mean, nothing. Like, you'd be like sitting there reading a book, and you're like, "Yep, yeah, you did in trouble. You get in trouble, bro." And I'm like, bro, really? The level of the stupidity I got from her, she really pissed me off. She would, like, for example, as a kid, again, I didn't read that much, but the things I did read were 2 things. This is around the time I started reading manga, so and the manga I read was Naruto and and One Piece, and I believe I also started reading early on it was Zatch Bell, or maybe it was. I think it was Zatch Bell. It was probably Zatch Bell and yeah, that's about really it. Those were the big 3. Oh yeah, and Yu-Gi-Oh. And for some fucking reason, I'm like, you can't read Naruto in the class. It's sexist. You can't read Goosebumps. Or legit, I love Goosebumps because it's sexist. A series originally centered around female protagonists and targeted for female audiences, and she called it sexist. There's a reason why Welcome to Their House is a pink girl, is like a pinkish, reddish, girly, you know, that's not trying to say girly, but like, you know, what it is technically is a little girly, but also really cool too. Fucking ooze down because it's originally targeted for like girls. I mean, first book has probably some Sam or whatever her girl's name is, Amy, as the main character. Second book has the other girl. Third book, I believe, has a dude. Yeah, I believe it has a dude. It has a girl also involved. The 4th book has yeah, most of the series had girls up until a certain point when there's like either a main or a side character, like a second main character. But originally it was targeted for girls. It's just audio sign later on found out, yo, boys are starting to like my shit too. Anyways, she legit would. She actually took my manga, like a Naruto volume, away from me. Like, I bought it with money I got from like Hanukkah, and she took it away and put it in her desk. And I couldn't have it until the end of the school day. I'm not even kidding you. The end of the school day, I couldn't have it back. And I had done all my work that day. Even though it probably was something like 97%, like, right on everything on the homework, all my work, even though I was really struggling in class, but. And she wouldn't allow me to read it. And you know, as a kid who wasn't able to read very well, that was helping me learn to read better. Naruto, because I could focus on you know, because Naruto would always use easy words. It wasn't like hard words. It wasn't until like later chapters that you get the harder words. But I think I was reading like volume 2, 3, or 4. And granted, if it's a little too violent for a 4th grader reading, I would have understood. But she said it was sexist, bro. She said it was sexist. I'm like, what the? And I would read, Bleach, not Bleach. You know, she never questioned One Piece or which is weird. But she did question Zatchbell, which is a lot weirder because Zatchbell, if you look from the outside, looking in from the cover alone, it's pretty tame. But if you look on the inside, And then I didn't ask her, do you even know what Naruto is? She's like, no, I don't know. You know what it is. No, it's sexist. I'm like, okay. She would legit fucking be like, bro. I mean, even the kid, all the boys in the class would look at her like this. And I mean, I'm not even kidding you. Things she would do were just so stupid. One time, and I'm kidding you. She goes on a rant to, I think we're 8 years old, bro. 8 years old. And now women are depressed in the home, and and that their parents are all in unequal marriages and unequal in the marriages. And she went around the room and asked every single kid, right, what their fucking parents are, like, who's the control of their household, right? Who makes the money in the household, and like who makes the money, right? And I said, well, she gets on, and I'm gonna say to my bro, why this dumb question. She gets to me and she's like, Josh, who's the owner of your household? Who makes the most money? Who makes money? And my mom and dad both work, they both make the money, my mom and dad both run the household. They're like, there's no way, there's no such thing as equal partnership. Well, technically in the Jewish faith, which I'm not sure if you know what that is, the woman does run the household. But my parents have devised a system where this is what happens. And I'll explain the system to you because it still works to this day. So the system works like this. Whenever I wanted to do something or get something, I would always go to my dad because usually he was the leeway person to begin with. But he would say always this: go ask your mother. So I would go ask my mom. My mom would go say, go ask your father. So I'm right back where I fucking started. So I had to ask my father, and I asked my father. He said, "What did I just say? Go ask your mother." I did ask my mother. She said to go ask you, and he said, "Okay, it's fine with me." What she said, and then my mom was always in the same picture. My dad said no, and if it was a reasonable reason to say no, he would say no. He would go with my mom. But if it wasn't a reasonable reason, he would always say, no, he can get the thing whatever he can, he can go over do whatever he want to do. Anyways, that's why I would always go with my dad first. But there's only a few changes where it would he would immediately say, oh yeah, that's fine, we can get it. But those are a few. So, and then I would go back to my mom, and she was like, oh, yes, you can get this, or yes, you can do this, or no, you can't do this, and no, you can't get this. And that would be it. But did you see, there's a lot of fucking stuff I had to do just to do something or get something. And she's like, there's no way, this is something is an equal marriage, and I'm thinking you're lying to me, I'm gonna have the principal, I'm gonna call your parents at work and bother them at fucking work. I don't know what my mom did at that time. I know my dad was in the fucking city, working in Chicago Board of Trade, selling, soybean and all that shit. And he couldn't be bothered on the goddamn floor. But he called my mom, who I think, again, I don't know what she did at the time. She was a saleswoman. I forgot for what. Don't ask me what she did. I legit forgot, okay? At that point in time. I know she worked, I just don't know what she did. And she called my mom at work, by the way, and she's like, oh, yes, ma'am, I think your son's lying to me about this and this and this. And I'm like, bruh. And my face is legit bruh. Like, it's a legit bruh moment. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude. She's like, and my mom's like, no, that's true. That's all. We have equal partnership in the household. What my son was telling you is true. That's what happens. And the look on her face was like, bruh. Like, it was like, the look on her face like, yeah, I was kind of pissed and kind of sad because it just proved everything she was saying. Like, yeah, there's such a thing as equal marriage, and right there is an equal marriage. Like, right what I just told you was an equal marriage. Anyways, back to the story here. So, it all culminates to the moments so, like I said before, you guys, I had left the school at some point, right? I started to leave the school because, I got sent to another school because I had disabilities and all that. Got tested out of that school. Anyways, the last 2 weeks of me being at school, my teacher had gotten pregnant about 2 months earlier, or 3 months earlier, or something like that. And she is now 3 months pregnant, I guess, 2 months and 2 weeks. And I didn't notice at the time, but I've been throwing an they're all parents and kids in the class, mainly all the girls in the class. And yes, my mom was one of them. All the female was in the class. Never the dads, but all the females were throwing a baby shower in class. And here's my little fucking 8-year-old self having to listen to girls ooh and ahhing on several occasions. Listen to me. The level of I was in so much agony and pain just listening to this shit. I'm like, oh my god, it's not that cute, or it's not that cool, or it's not that cute. Also, he says now, she's like, do you want to see the, like, at one point they're like, oh my god, all these gay baby kids are so cute. Do you all want to see the baby photos? And I'm like, yes. They're like, yes. I'm like, no.
Oh hell no!
And when she saw him, dude, the level of pain I felt is kind of the level of pain that this guy felt. Anyways, but back to the story at hand. This guy, I mean, guys, I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to, like, kill myself. And, like, at 8 years old, I wanted to kill myself. And, by the way, I hated this woman. Like, she took away my Goosebumps books, my manga that I wasn't bothering nobody. All the time, by the way, I've read them while I was done with my work. And she has caused me to go to the principal's office sometimes when I've done nothing wrong. Okay? And she takes the other kids, the other boys' side. Now, I'm listening to this now. I'm mad at my fellow boys in 4th grade class that they weren't there with me during this time because, bruh, if you could have at least given a fellow boy a heads up. There was supposed to be a fucking baby shower that day, so I didn't have to go to goddamn school. I would have not gone if there was no baby shower. Anyways, my mom could tell I was going to get hell. She was listening, like, during the entire baby shower, I was like this. And my mom's, and I'm like, like this, or like this. And my mom's like, so yeah, he's in hell. Like, I can tell. Anyways, around halfway through the baby shower, my mom's like, okay, Josh, let's just go. And I'm like, okay. So, at this point, the evil genius strokes in my head, and she's supposed to be having I don't know what, she was supposed to be having a boy or something, I don't know, to this day. And my teacher walks, I'm supposed to say goodbye to my teacher, right? And I walk up and don't even go there. You have done the same thing at this point, okay? I said, goodbye, so-and-so. Just want to let you know, you're giving birth to an alien, something monster creature, and I pray to God it's not a boy for you, because since you hate boys, the way you act and treat your fellow students that are male and boys that are in your class, I'm judging that you hate boys. I'm hoping it's a girl, so you can trade it into a little monster that you are. Sorry, but you're a big monster. That's it. You have a nice day. I'm going to go home with my mom now. Bye-bye. And that's what I said. That's exactly what I said to her. And she was, like, stunned. My mom, like, didn't hear it, but she was over halfway. She was back to, like, close to the door. But she was stunned. And I didn't hear her say anything. The next day, she's like, she didn't say anything to me. I'm pretty sure I still wonder why to this day why she didn't call my mom. But whatever. Or tell my mom something. But I think she was just so stunned that a little boy just said, yeah, you're a bitch and fuck you. And basically, that was my 8th grade version, or 8-year-old version of me saying, you're a fucking bitch and fuck you. And I hope to God that you don't get a boy because you're going to fuck that kid's life up so bad. Turns out she did have a boy, and I don't know what happened to this kid, but I'm praying to God he's surviving. That's all I'm praying, because Lord knows the right parents are not good to raise boys. That's all I'm going to say. They're going to hurt them, they're going to do something to them, and I just, I feel bad to this day that she had a boy. I mean, God was not looking out for that kid. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, subscription is free. All you gotta do is hit that subscribe button. It helps me out. And once I get to 250 subscribers, we get that giveaway. I get you in the first place. I get that 2 volumes of manga. Second place get 2 volumes. And then third place get 1 volume. So as long as you get that, so all you have to do is just give me the 250. And then once I give that a giveaway video, all you do is be the first 3 people to comment. One of the first 3 people, and you get a prize, bro. And just give me your address on Instagram or Facebook and a messenger, and we can go from there. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And again, subscription is free, so please subscribe. And I'm gonna peace out, guys. You all have a good day. Peace.
ほう、向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。近づかなきゃてめえをぶちのめせないんでな。ほうほう。では十分近づくがよい。Let me show you how to scratch it.